What's going on, everyone? This is Sir Flash, and welcome to another special episode of Gamequest. In this episode, we're going to take a quick break from the PSP collecting while we wait for some stuff to come in the mail. And in the meantime, we're going to go over another set of games that I recently just finished my set for. And it might surprise you, but it might also not if you've been following me on Twitter for a while now. And what we're going to take a look at here is the Hudson Soft nationwide Caravan official certification software that was released between 1985 and 1992. Now, all of these, except for the very first one, have the official certification software seal emblazoned somewhere on the release. And it's really quite fascinating just to see how these were marketed. And it's really cool that Hudson had such a long line of games that they brought to the public during the nationwide Caravan during the summers between 85 and beyond 92 as well, I guess. While the games didn't have the seal on the releases, a number of Bomberman games were actually featured as part of the All Japan Caravan. So we're going to take a look at those. If you've ever heard the term Caravan Shooter, this is pretty much where it comes from. And we're going to start with the game that was featured on episode 161 of Bullet Heaven, and that is Star Force. Now, this isn't actually a Hudson Soft game. This was actually made by Tekkan, which would become Tecmo. But Hudson Soft did help with the porting, and it was published on the Famicom by Hudson Soft. As a result, it was also the first Caravan shooter to be featured in the nationwide Caravan. It was very forward-thinking for its time. There was a lot of stuff that could be destroyed in both the foreground and the background. Although there's only one single type of attack, unlike a game like Xevious where you had a ground-based and an air-based attack. But with infinite stages, it was conducive to a high score. You could really go as far as you could to try to get as high a score as you possibly could in this particular game. So Star Force is a groundbreaking title, and it really paved the way for what was to come next. In 1986, the next Caravan shooter that would be released was Hudson's own Star Soldier. Now, Star Soldier, if you notice right here, you've got the 1986 official certification software seal, and it really built upon the ideas set forth within Star Force in many different ways. Which I'm sure we'll get into when we finally get around to the episode to feature this game within the Bullet Heaven Sagas series. All of these games here are complete. I made an effort to get them all with manuals and boxes just to sort of complete the set. And I think this one cost me around $40 after shipping or something. But as with most Famicom games, it's going to be very expensive to collect with boxes and books, so bear that in mind if you want to get a complete set. Otherwise, cartridge-only listings for most of these titles are considerably less than their complete counterparts. Now, in 1987, true to its name, Hudson Soft brought Hector 87 to the market. And Hector 87 built upon Star Soldier in a couple of different ways. Namely, there was both vertically and side-scrolling stages in this particular game as well. I think of the three, between Star Force, Star Soldier, and Hector 87. Well, one, this is actually the most difficult of the three to make any real progress in. And I think it's actually my least favorite. I like the music. The music is actually pretty catchy, but outside of its decent presentation, I don't think it's quite as playable as Star Force or Star Soldier. But again, without going into too much detail, because I'm sure this will be featured in a future episode in the Sagas series. Yeah, I can't really go into much else. But Hector 87, an integral part of the All Japan Caravan series, and this was the final Famicom game to be featured in the Caravan. So, nifty stuff. And we're going to skip ahead a couple of years here to 1989. Gunhed, so named after the anime, I believe. This was released in North America as Blazing Lasers on the TurboGrafx-16. This is the PC Engine version. I believe it's even got an additional difficulty that wasn't in Blazing Lasers. So if you want the definitive one, you got to have a PC Engine to play it. This was actually made by Compile, so once again a game that wasn't actually produced directly by Hudson Soft, but published by Hudson Soft, and it was featured in the 1989 Summer Vacation Nationwide Caravan, and this was the certification soft for it. So pretty good stuff here. If you've ever played Blazing Lasers, you know what you're getting into. All kinds of crazy weaponry. And again, without going into too much into it, because of the forthcoming episode in Sagas, this is a game that I'm sure that many players that enjoy the TurboGrafx-16 or PC Engine will like. In 1990, the sixth certification soft, Super Star Soldier, was released. This was produced and published by Hudson Soft. This is another fairly difficult game, actually. If you bite it, you go back to the beginning of the stage. So it's really unforgiving, but it's still possible to make some decent progress in it if you're fairly good at the game. So Super Star Soldier, it's everything you want out of a proper sequel to an older game and more. And it's once again an integral part of the Caravan sort of series. If you like Caravan shooters, this is definitely one to get. It was released in North America as well. The PC Engine version is much less expensive though, so bear that in mind if you're looking to score a complete copy. 1991 saw the release of Final Soldier, once again produced and published by Hudson Soft as part of the Star Soldier line. It built upon Super Star Soldier in many ways. In a lot of ways, too, this is the easiest of the Caravan shooters. So as the seventh game, it does a good job of what it's supposed to. This one has more setup options than any other version. You can pretty much choose what weapons you want to load out on your fighter, depending on what color is picked up. And once again, Sagas is going to take care of all the details, but I think this is actually one of my favorite Star Soldier games, despite its lesser difficulty. It has a pretty good soundtrack, and it's really, really easy to sort of see all the stages in. So if you like your games a little more tame, less hardcore, you want something that you're just going to sit back and relax to, Final Soldier might be your game. So that's a pretty cool one. Only released in Japan, though. There's no US version, but it's also less expensive than I think any other PC Engine version of Star Soldier. Finally, the 8th and final Caravan official soft is Soldier Blade, released in 1992 and produced and released by Hudson Soft. Soldier Blade is the pinnacle of the Star Soldier series in a lot of ways. It has very tight control, very challenging gameplay, excellent mechanics, fantastic sense of design, art, and sound. It's also the most expensive Star Soldier game that you're going to buy too. It's a solid $150 or more, depending on where you're getting it. Now, that's everything from 1985 to 1992, but you're probably asking, what about 1988? And that's where the final piece of the puzzle comes in. We just received this the other day. You might be surprised to learn that it's actually Power League Baseball for the PC Engine. And this was, the 1988 Summer Vacation Nationwide Caravan Certification Soft. I'm not sure how they managed to do this for a competition. I mean, the Japanese love their baseball, but score attack is usually the name of the game, so we're really going to have to see what's up with this. Now, the thing about this, though, is that if you notice, there's a big sticker right there for the certification soft. I think that's going to be the key if you're really into the collecting aspect of the All Japan Caravan. Because if the case has been cracked or damaged, there's no way to transplant this sticker. So I'm sure fewer of these exist than just copies that don't have the marketing on them. But I think this is probably the coolest certification soft emblem that I've seen on any of the games, really. I mean, yeah, you look at the Soldier Blade here and the 8th one. The number 8 there, and the design around it is pretty slick, but I don't know, something about this really speaks to me. So yeah, Power League Baseball, the odd duck in an all-shooting pond. Pretty good stuff. Well, that just about does it for this episode of Gamequest. Hope you enjoyed looking at these games with me. And again, a lot of these are going to be featured in Bullet Heaven within the coming months. I hope to wrap up the Saga series on the entire Star Soldier Pantheon by the end of Series 8. So as we truck along between new releases and Player's Choice, the Saga series is going to take the forefront. Thanks again for checking out our content on both YouTube and VidMe. If you have any comments, or if you have anything to say about any of the games that we took a look at here today, make sure to leave a comment in the section below. As always, we make an effort to respond to every single one. So once again, this is Ser Flash, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.